To create this look, I started by applying some Urban Decay Primer Potion all over my lid. Then I grabbed my Sigma E40 brush to use with Mind Slip, and I applied this above my crease, just working it up toward my brow bone. I found I had to layer quite a lot of it because it's not super pigmented, so I just took my time to work on it and really blend it all over that upper eye area. I like to work in circular motions, but I also do a little bit of running back and forth with my brush along the crease. And I work to extend this out past the edge of my eye to a bit of a point, or a V shape. Then I grabbed my Sigma E45 to work with that same color Mind Slip under my eye. And I just blended that around that area so there are no harsh lines. You just want it to softly blend out toward the rest of your skin color. Then I took my Sigma E40 again and dipped it in the color Hacked, and I put that in my crease. And I blended it up a little bit to the upper part of my eyelid, but not as far as I went with Mind Slip, because we want to have that gradient effect of color. So once again, I'm also working that out toward the outer edge of my eye, extending out into a V. So I'm doing smaller circles to keep it from going too high. Once again, I had to add quite a bit of this over time, a little bit at a time, to really build up the intensity, because I wanted this to be darker than it is with just one swipe. Sometimes I have a look in mind, and looking at the shades in the pan, it feels like it'll work, but then once you put them on, you're like, oh, this is not as dark as I was hoping for, but that's okay. It just takes a bit longer to work with. Okay, now I'm grabbing the little brush that came with the set, and I am just putting more of that Hacked underneath my eye. I'm not blending it out as far as I did with the previous color, because once again, we want that gradient effect. Then I grabbed my Sigma E45 and the color Digital, and then I'm putting that in my crease. And I'm using a smaller brush to really concentrate it in the crease and not cover up too much of those other colors we already did. And I'm going to really spend my time darkening this one up. This one in particular, I want to be very dark. I like to start out by blending my color in, and then if I feel like the intensity needs to be greater, then I go in with a different brush like this, which is the Sigma E25. And I'm just going to use that to concentrate even more of that color in there. This one isn't quite as fluffy of a brush, so it'll really give you more intensity. You could always pack some on as well, just pressing the color in with a different brush, or with the tip of a brush like this, which I think I do right here. There we go. That'll darken things up really quickly. I like to do my blending first, but you can always pack first and then blend. It's up to you. Now I'm using my Sigma E57 to add more of that color Digital to the outer part of my main lid. I just want to create that dark outer V. And you can see I'm just kind of patting this on because I want it to be quite dark. You can see it takes some time to really build this color up to a nice dark outer edge. Okay, now I'm using this line brush and I'm adding that color Digital to my lower lash line. I'm not going to take it all the way across my lash line. I'm just doing kind of the outer third. And I'm taking that little brush that comes with the set and I'm blending that color and making sure it meets up with where I put it on my upper eyelid. Okay, now I'm taking some NYX glitter primer and I'm putting that on the part of our lid that we haven't touched yet. I'm using the Sigma E57 in the color Cyberpunk, and I'm putting that over the top of that primer. That primer helps make the metallicness of this shade really pop. I always use that word, and I don't think that's a word, but oh well. So I like to use my brush just to make sure I'm getting all the spots of my lid, not missing anywhere, and then I'm blending it into that dark area. Then I'm taking my finger and just dabbing it into that color and putting it on top. That just really makes it sparkle more. Now I'm getting a small Real Techniques brush and the color Optimized and dabbing that in the inner corner. I'm actually going to layer this with Lucid. Then I'm going to use the Maybelline Master Precise Liquid Eyeliner. I like to work in just little motions, moving my way across the lid. I make it fairly thin to start with until I get my basic shape, and then I fill it in and thicken it up. I generally don't do a super huge wing, but if you like it big, go for it. Make sure you're getting right down into that outer corner of your eye. Sometimes I miss this spot. Okay, then I'm taking some eyelash curlers and I'm just curling in 2 spots, right down near where my lashes begin and then toward the edge. Then I'm taking the Tarte Lights Camera Lashes Mascara. I just kind of wiggle it in between my lashes to make sure I'm getting good coverage. I usually do 2 coats with this. And I'm going to be applying some false lashes, so I'm only going to do the top mascara first, otherwise I just make a mess with the bottom mascara. I like to take my eyelash curler and just push the lashes up for a couple of seconds. Okay, here are the lashes I'm using. They're from Mink Lash Love, and they are the Savannah Lash. Magic. So now I'm going to do my lips. I'm using this Kylie lip liner from a Velvet Lip Kit in the shade Bear. You may have noticed that I forgot to do the mascara on my bottom lashes, but I do end up doing it, just not on the video. Okay, then I'm taking a NYX Lingerie lipstick. I think this one is the shade Baby Doll. Just a nice nude. I do find I have to layer this one a few times because it tends to be a little bit patchy. And that's the final look. Thank you so much for watching. I'll be sharing more Naked Ultraviolet looks soon.